Alright guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. Let's just go ahead and jump in. We're looking at this banner unit Trunks, or Gohan. This is Super Saiyan Gohan. Not really too high on him. I guess we could do this rotation for now. Alright, what is our defense right away before we do anything? So, Gohan is at 163k defense. So, real quick, Gohan recovers 10% HP at the start of turn. He gets 140% attack and defense. Then he gets another 140% attack and defense. That's super. At the start of turn, if HP 70% or higher, we get a guaranteed additional. That has a high chance to be a super. He builds up 1 key and 20% defense with each attack received. So 5 attacks he needs to take. And then he gives Heavenly Events and Mastered Evolution 2 key and 30% defensive support. Nice damage. That was with All in the Family active, by the way. And then his super attack effect, he greatly stacks attack. Yeah, I mean, I could just tell you, like, I'm sorry. Just instantaneously, a character that needs to get hit, him taking damage right there, that just shows me that he sucks ass, this Trunks. Or, this Gohan. Let's just have Trunks do his normal attack right at the start right here. And then we'll see what happens. We can just give Beast as much key as possible, too. That's pretty good. And then with this guy, let's just miss a super attack. So just get that, that's fine. Yeah, I don't know about this Gohan. I would say I'm probably unimpressed with him. I do like that this Gohan is giving support. That's good, right? Like, you know, that's what we want from these types of characters. You want them to be support. Banner unit characters need to be supporting and they need to be defensive options. But I just really must point out how this Gohan is a character that is Android Saga Cell Saga. Trunks needs Android Saga Cell Saga. And it's like they give us this middling one. Oh, whoops. Yeah, it's just that this Gohan, he would have helped out Trunks a lot if he was actually good, because Trunks needs the 3 Android Cell Saga options, which already is kind of weak. But, like, I don't know why you would want to run, like, this Gohan, who would die in every reasonable stage. Like, you know, we're under 200k defense, start a turn right here. He has to get hit. And keep in mind, we're linked up next to the AGL Kid Gohan. Right, so we're getting huge support from Kid Gohan, and we're getting All in the Family. I mean, this Gohan, he just sucks. This guy is just really bad. This is not how you design a banner unit right here. It's just not. Like, I really don't know what they were thinking with him. Because if this Gohan was super good, and in particular, if he was a way better support and a way better defensive character, but you take the goddamn damage down. That's the problem, is that Dokkan, like, they want to give these characters damage, and they make them suck as a consequence, right? Like, oftentimes, for big Dokkan Fest characters or LR characters, like, they could be balanced, right? Like, they could have tons of damage, and they could have, like, tons of defense and stuff like that, and it will be fine. But for, you know, banner units and free-to-play characters and sub-BCAs... Oh, keep Future Gohan rotation right here, yeah. Like, for all those types of characters, they just kind of really, like, fall apart once they give these characters offense. I don't know. It's just like they have no idea what they're doing with these banner units. And it's like... It does annoy me quite a bit that they drop a really good Dokkan Fest who doesn't need help, and then they give him the Battle of Gods Vegeta. But then all these Dokkan Fest characters that need help, like Kale, and, you know, Super 7, what is it? Put AGL Kid Gohan in slot 1 right here. Now look at our defense. Okay. So he's at 300k. I mean, he does get 140% when he does a super, but it's like, man, like, a character with this bad defense that wants to get hit to get the extra defense. I think, I mean, man, I would say, like, maybe if he was stacking as well, it would be acceptable, but just stacking is not good enough for this Gohan. Like, he really needed to guard, and his support needed to be 2 key, 30% attack and defense, to Heavenly Events and Mastered Evolution, right? Like, both of them. But they both needed to give you know, the nice buffs. You could have kept this kid exactly the same, but he also would have needed guard as well. Like, this guy as a floating support type character on some of these teams would have really been rather helpful. Again, I just am not really too sure why they kind of designed this Gohan like this. Alright, so what's Gohan's attack stat right here? Gohan is at a 5 million attack stat, is what Gohan is at. I mean, he can get the additional, but I just, like, when I'm running Trunks, you know, we're doing, like, the world tour and stuff like that, I'm not going to be using, like, this Gohan. Like, what, I already we're like kind of like behind the 8 ball with the Android Cell Saga team. We're like, physical future Gohan could be okay, but it's a little bit scary rocking him, right? You know, like, we're running characters that are kind of like subpar. So now we're also going to be running this Gohan who could easily get us killed. It's just his design is horrible. And like I had started to say, you know, they really could have helped quite a bit. You know, Super 17, if Dr. Zero and Dr. Mew were really good, that would have helped him. Obviously, if this Gohan was good, that would have really helped as well. Yeah, we could keep Beast on rotation right here. It's fine, I guast. But actually, put Beast in slot 1 right here. There's just a lot of things that we potentially could have done that would have, like, really helped, like some of these Dokkan Fest out with the better banner units. I mean, it's not a coincidence that Super 17 is real iffy, and then, you know, it's like, oh man, you know, Kale can be real iffy because she didn't get help from a banner unit, and now Trunks didn't get help from a banner unit. Like, these banner units are really important. Like, I think it's important to not have the character come into the game just sort of by themselves, like, with no help. Android Cell Saga, like, if they're gonna do conditions like that, they need to give them strong assets, strong tools to work with as well. Alright, so let's go ahead and see. So what is our defense in this rotation? We'll put Beast in slot 3 right here. Yeah, what is Gohan at? He's at 326. This is him fully built up. Let's go ahead and take a look at his link set. By the way, I haven't gone over Gohan's link set yet, have I? So Gohan's link set is Golden Warrior, Saiyan Warrior Race, All in the Family, Super Saiyan, Prepare for Battle, Soul versus Soul, and Fierce Battle. I mean, them keeping this Soul versus Soul link as a thing is... It really sucks ass, by the way. Like, I do hate that we're doing Soul versus Soul. Like, I don't understand. You get Beast of Physical Orbs right there. I don't really understand, right? Like, what is the purpose of making Soul versus Soul like a serious link we're going to be giving out? Because the buff for Soul versus Soul, like, it's not even that crazy or anything like that. They could have definitely done without it. So yeah, my fix for this Gohan, I think you could have kept him exactly as is, but you give him unconditional guard, or, I mean, sometimes they're not really the biggest fan of that. Like, they realize how strong guard is. So I think what they could have done is make Gohan guard in slot 3. I think that would be very fair. So Gohan guaranteed guards as long as he's in slot 3. So then it's like we're just always running this Gohan in slot 3 and he's guarding. But, like, that kind of... I'm telling y'all, in the dev's eyes, that would balance it out, that there's some sort of condition on this guard. I just know, I know that's a huge deal for him. Put Super Trunks in slot 1. It's actually going to be interesting. We could get cooked right here, depending upon what happens. I'll be interested to see how Super Trunks holds up right here. But, I mean, without his passive, I mean, he oftentimes wouldn't be the craziest. These types of longer fights like this with him could potentially be a little bit of a detriment. Yeah. He gets a lot of defense when he super attacks, though. But if Nova supers here, we could be in trouble. So I'm not really too sure with this Gohan, man. Like, listen. They could have given him more. And while I think Trunks is a very good character... he certainly is in a spot where he could have used a lot more. He really could have, like, used help, and I don't think that they gave him enough. And this Gohan sort of not being crazy, I think is, like, a huge issue with that. Like, if this STR Super Saiyan Gohan, like, if he was actually a legitimate option, Trunks would be in a much better spot. Alright, we could pop Kid Gohan's active right here. This will be good. Yeah, pop this active. So this will be a juiced rotation. So now let's take a look at Gohan's defense. And Gohan gets up to 400k. And then he supers and he gets 140%. Yeah, give him guard in slot 3, make his support actually, you know, HP, or excuse me, attack, defense, and key for both of the categories. And then, I mean, I think some defensive stacking could have been good as well. They easily could have given him that. Poor Gohan, man. It's also, I should also point out how stupid it was by Dokkan to release. Already, the best Android Test Cell Saga character, besides Trunks, is this Super Saiyan Gohan. Now, this, like, they give us another version. There's a lot of Android Test Cell Saga characters that they could have picked. This is the one that went with. Like, they could have just used Kid Gohan from before he goes into the time chamber, and that could have worked well. So, let's just look at his card art, and I guess we'll finish. Let me know what you guys think of this STR Super Saiyan Gohan, but he's really not that impressive. Outside of using him in maybe like a burst mode, like that's what this is like a burst mode level character, and he's a summonable character. It's so crazy. Let me know what you guys think of this Gohan, but he's really, really trash.